I'm Sarah Allsop. Yeah, I'm the Senior Event Marketing Manager at the O2. I've been there for a couple of years now. I look after all of our arena event marketing for somewhat 200 plus performances per year. So, yeah, no small task. So yeah, I'm going to talk to you today about how to fill the room. And one thing that we get asked a lot actually at the O2 and as a music venue is surely every event that you do either sells out, how do you actually fill the room essentially? And I think it's a really interesting question because despite what you might see in the media and what you hear, actually maybe only 5 to 10% of our events actually sell out immediately. And when we say immediately, we mean we've all been there. It's that 9:05, 10:05, I didn't manage to get tickets scenario, but of course, they're the ones the media picks up on. So there's always actually a job to do. But from the work that I've done and that we've done at the O2, there's a lot of principles and activities that you can do that are relatable regardless of the size of your venue. It doesn't matter if you're trying to fill a small venue, or maybe a room like this, for example, or a really big venue, like that one. Love that picture. It's actually really just a question of scale. It doesn't really matter whether you're talking 100 tickets or 20,000 tickets. There's a lot of principles that are scalable regardless. For instance, one place I always start is, say we're trying to sell 20,000 tickets. We know that people on average for music buy 2.6 tickets. So straight away, we're actually looking at about 8,000 people we're trying to sell to. 10,000 tickets, 4,000 people. So straight away, the task becomes a lot more manageable. We also know in the UK, people attend between 6 and 7 live events a year, so there's no shortage of gig goers in the UK. So the task really is, how do we make sure that fans know about the show that's going on, and most importantly, how are we going to make sure that they buy a ticket? So, what are the principles we have available to us? I know it's age-old, but audience. So who are they? Who are all these lovely people here? Who are they? Where are they? And when we say where, we can mean geographically, we can mean digitally. How are they consuming their media? What are they spending their time doing? Equally as importantly, how do they like to buy tickets? You probably, like me, most of us, we buy our tickets online. But actually, even this week, Zoe and I are working on a show with a new promoter from Eastern Europe who will allocate out the majority of his tickets locally within the community because that's where his fans are. So actually, he won't be putting his tickets online. So even at an arena level, that is very much still happening. But I hear you say, I don't have a huge amount of money to spend on a data project. I don't have that available to me. What can I do instead? And the answer is there are loads of free tools available to you that even, that we use on a day-to-day basis. Facebook Audience Insights, Google Analytics, someone mentioned earlier Spotify, Apple Music listening data. These all provide really great core demographic, geographical, browsing information that give you clues about your fans. Things like what time of the day are people browsing? What time of the day should you be putting content out? What time should you be putting your tickets on sale? Ask your venue, ask your ticketing agents, what can you tell me about my fans? Because even if you've not been to that venue before, we've probably had a similar show or a similar type of artist, and we can tell you, we can help you with who your fans are. Just ask. And I know it's not probably the first thing that comes to mind, but Google yourself or Google your artist, see where you're coming up in forums, see what people are saying about you, what's being said. Because actually, again, all of this stuff, it just equips you with the knowledge to then go to your venue. There's nothing that we love more at the O2 when someone comes to us and says, this is my fan, these are my fans, this is what I know about them, and what can you do, what can I get involved in to help? How can you help us? And from our perspective, they're straight to the front of the queue. So you know who your audience are, you know their names, you know what they get up to, but conversely, how do you make sure that they know about you? How are you going to make sure that they buy a ticket? And really, I think most tickets are sold before the show actually goes on sale. In the weeks leading up to the announcement, the work that's done actually, in most cases, actually sells the tickets. So first of all, identify your budget. What is it? Do you have any at all? And phase it. We sell usually 70 to 75% of arena tickets within the first week of going on sale, with then a very low period and maybe an extra 10% at the end. So make sure you're phasing your budget accordingly. Don't front load all of your media spend. Create a calendar. Plot out, by month, by week, by day, by hour if you want, all those great single releases, album releases, press appearances, what's the competition doing, what campaigns of your venues and ticketing agents got going on that you can get involved with, because actually don't be afraid to concentrate your budget around these really great hooks. You don't have to have something going on every single day. It's okay to it's okay to collate it. And nail the basics at the start. This is really key. How many times have you seen, you've just heard, oh my God, your favourite artist just announced they're going on sale. You go onto the website, you click find out more, and it doesn't go anywhere. Or you've seen it and the date's different, the spelling's wrong, or you go and the image doesn't load, and it's so frustrating for people. So take the time at the start to just nail the basics, because actually I think it really pays off in the long run, and especially with everything going on at the moment with, not so much secondary, but I think just kind of, uncertainty in the market. Fans do get nervous, and if there's something, that isn't quite right, they will bounce and go elsewhere. So actually just take the time to nail the basics. And also as we know, people can be quite lazy, so they will go elsewhere. And the other thing I just wanted to talk to you about planning is probably the biggest thing that we have at the O2 that benefits us, and that's pre-sales. Take the time to plan a pre-sale if you can, because it's not unusual for us at the O2 to sell maybe up to 25% of the tickets before the show even goes on sale. And that's great because you've sold 25% of the tickets up front, so that's great. But also, if a fan buys a ticket in the pre-sale, my God, they're going to tell everyone they know about it. They've got that lucrative ticket before anyone else. And in terms of driving interest for the general on sale, there's not really a kind of comparable way of marketing from our experience. So yeah, just make sure you leave some tickets for the general on sale, because that won't go down very well either. So you've done all that. You've sold half your tickets, but you've still got half to go. First of all, don't panic. You'd be surprised how often that happens, but you're in the no man's land now between the general on sale and 2 weeks before the show, so we've still got quite a lot of tickets to sell. First of all, you've got to identify, is it actually a ticket sales problem, or is it an awareness problem? Because a lot of the time you'll find people think that it's sold out, and actually it's not. So go out with those messages, limited tickets still available, great seats still available, try and do it in a, you don't want to say we've got loads of tickets left, but the clever ways of wording it. But now's the time when actually you want to spend that 25% of budget that you held back. So now's the time. And we're really lucky, I think, in music that we've got such an amazing product. We don't discount. Artists don't want to be associated with discounting. None of us do, and I don't think that's ever something that we would particularly want to change. But could you do value add bundles? Bundle a ticket with a piece of merchandise, with a food and drink voucher. If you buy a ticket in a certain period, enter a competition to win a meet and greet with the artist. All of these little things are just kind of tactical ideas that you can kind of drip feed all the time. Press appearances, just drip feeding content every day. Every day now has got a hashtag, as we all know, Throwback Thursdays, Sunday Fun Days, Fun Fridays. Just being involved in the conversation and letting fans talk to you, actually, that might just be the one thing that tips them over the edge. Well, to buy a ticket, not tips them over the edge. So, it's show day, and you've done all that, and you've sold 99% of your tickets. Show day, the fans are all outside. They've been there since 5 a.m. You can feel the energy in the venue. It's absolutely buzzing. The stage has gone in, and you've got an extra 300 tickets back from the production. So your quick fire marketing, social media, competitions if you want to get the tickets out really quickly. Get someone down to cover the event on social, even if it's just someone with a phone. Let the fans get involved in the conversation, because actually that content, again, will never go amiss when you go back on sale next time, which I'm sure that you will. And ultimately, the thing that I kind of wanted to leave you with was, we can do all this planning, all of this insight on audience, but actually the best thing I think that anyone can do is just go out there and put on an absolutely amazing show, because that's when those people will go and tell 100 people, and they will definitely come back next time. So that's how I think you sell a room.